have not seen me for a while, I know. I have been trying to figure out where I want to start with my channel again. And I decided to do a Q&A. I had my assistant put together some of the questions that were in the comments, some of the questions that came through on social media, and some questions that have come through on my contact page on my website, which is multimediamagician.com. So, hi, I am Kari Anthony. I've been in the content creation, photography, some sort of entertainment and media for over 20 years. That's more than 2 decades. And over the course of my journey as a content creator, as a photographer, as a digital marketer, I have learned a lot of things. And in the past few years, I have since turned that into a social media management company. Actually, we do more than that. We're like more multimedia. So we connect people with brands and influencers and like anything that you're looking for within the digital entertainment, content creation, influencer, brand world, we have you covered. So with my experience, I have found massive success and also massive failures. But from every failure came some amazing experiences that taught me a lot of things that helped gear me for the next big project. So without further ado, let's get to question number 1. It says, what inspired you to pursue a career in social media strategy and what keeps me motivated? Well, I have been working with social media since social media became a thing. I've been on the internet since long before I even started my content creation and entertainment career. I've been on the internet since the beginning, like back when there used to be bulletin boards and like chat boxes and stuff like that. Like people that remember Yahoo Messenger, AOL Messenger, MSN Messenger, like I was there. Anything that gave me the opportunity to network with other people, and meet new people and share experiences online, I was there. I enjoyed chatting with people from all over the world. It was amazing. So naturally, being in this industry and using social media to market yourself and to network with other creators, I became very good at it. And since then, just decided that since my adult career is kind of coming to a I don't want to say it's coming to a fizzle, but it's not really like my top priority anymore. I enjoy working with other people and helping them find the niches that work for them, the kind of content strategy that works for them, marketing strategies, and just overall everything that they can put into their business to become the best version of their business self. So that's what inspired me. What keeps me motivated is watching the success of people who came to me or came to our company, because now it's not just me. I actually have several people that work with me, and I say work with me instead of work for me, because I think it's really important to acknowledge that we are a team. But what keeps me motivated is seeing them grow, evolve, and succeed. Like watching their numbers increase, watching their social media produce results that are just amazing for me. And then not only that, but like for me, as of lately, I've experienced a lot of people who are going through burnout. They're going through creative blocks where they're not really sure what their brand is. They don't understand what it is that they want to do. They haven't like figured it out. And I love going through and just kind of taking out those mental blocks that are blinding you, because oftentimes most of the things that you need to succeed are already within your grasp. Like you already have them. And I love to start with the things that you have and then gradually working to the things that you want. So for instance, let's say that we're working on a small business digital marketing strategy. Rather than spending all of this money on paid ads and promotion and things of that nature, things that are going to cost money instead of not really sure if it'll make money. I want to go and do all the free things first. I'm going to find you all of the things that you can do with the resources that you have that cost you very little to nothing. And then once we've accomplished those things successfully, consistently for a certain amount of time, then I feel like, okay, now it's time to step it up. And now that we've seen what those things can do for you, let's add this, let's add that. And you just kind of build from there. You don't start building a house with the roof. So you got to start with the foundation, then you put up the walls, and then you know what I mean? Like, you've got to do things in an order. And I think the one thing that frustrates people that are content creators and small businesses is that they have this idea of like what's primary, what's secondary. And oftentimes it's really just that order of things being changed and giving a little bit more time to some things while less time to others. So that's what motivates me. What motivates me is seeing people more than anything become inspired by our consultation or being inspired by a strategy that we've come up with and watching it succeed. So that is my motivation. Great question. And that came from Anna in Connecticut. Number 2, how do you approach creating a social media strategy for a brand or an individual? And that is a fantastic question. And that one comes from Trisha in Arkansas. Hello, Trisha. Okay, so the question again, how do you approach creating a social media strategy for a brand or an individual? Before I create a strategy, the first thing I want to do is understand, what does your brand or what does your content, what is your niche, what is it that, what do you stand for? Like, what is it that you want to accomplish with your content, and what do you stand for? So let's break it down a little bit more direct. So let's say you're a small business. What do you sell? What does your business consist of? And then once that's the foundation, is determining what you are and what you're selling and what your business is actually like, how are you going to make money, right? So that's the foundation. The walls would then be, okay, what are you doing now? I'm going to understand what it is that you're already doing. And then the first thing I'm going to do is analyze that and let you know my feedback, on what you are doing. Oh, the light just went out. And then we are going to plug in with the things that you're not doing. Either because you don't want to do them, then I definitely recommend finding an outsourcing those things. And then for the things that you can or will do, then we'll add that to your time block. The second thing that we're going to do is analyze your content and see what you're already doing in terms of content creation. And, things that I do are look at what time of the year it is. If you sell a product, I'm going to, suggest, okay, well, if you sell, let's say, customized merch, I'm going to say, oh, well, this is the holiday season. This is a great time to do this. This is a great time to do that. Here's a great promotion or a strategy for this. And rather than trying to sell everything, I will break it down so you are selling certain things. And I think that's where a lot of people fail in marketing and their strategies, is that they're like, oh, just come to my store and, look around and you're going to find something that you want, where instead you say, let's say, what is today? I'm going to take a look real quick. Today is, where is my, here we go. Handy dandy. And the 6th, oh, this is May. The hell? I'm in a whole wrong month. November 6th is Stress Awareness Day. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to post. I had a post for today. National Nachos Day, National Saxophone Day. So maybe you don't have any items that necessarily sell, like you don't have anything for sale in National Stress Awareness Day, Nachos Day, or Saxophone Day, but you could find some sort of content that relates to those things that would be able to get you some eyes on your feed, on your content. And more importantly, I would look for days where you have, so let's say you do sell merch. I would say Forget Me Not is on the 10th, National Forget Me Not Day. And maybe you have Valentine's Day cards or a t-shirt that has a heart on it or something of that sort. I would look to find products that relate to the National Calendar Day. That's just one piece of advice that I would have in terms of coming up with a strategy. Other things would be, I mean, there's a whole lot of things. There's a whole list. There's a whole list of ways I would find products that you're selling or services that you're selling, and then find a way to integrate that into, like, let's say we've got Black Friday coming up, we've got the holidays coming up, you could do the 12 days of Christmas, an advent calendar. Like, there's so many things that you can do. We just narrow it down to either specific products or specific items that your services or items that you're trying to sell, and create a marketing strategy around those things. Now, if you're a content creator, then I certainly recommend using this time to create engagement. So you want to leverage attention. As a content creator, the best thing you can do is leverage attention. That's really what you're trying to ascertain from the people that are on the internet. And so this is your opportunity to create content that engages with them, ask them questions, have them ask you questions. And that's what we'll also do as well, is strategize. What are some things that we can do to help you get a little bit closer to your customer base, to get a little bit closer to your fans, so that they want to purchase things from you and, you know, follow you on other platforms as well. So that is how we come up with a strategy. There's no formula for one, like for all customers. It's different for each client, because what one person does, let's say like one of my clients is a hair salon, and what I'm going through with her are ways that you could provide knowledgeable information to your customer. So like for me, I used to get my hair done like every 6 to 8 weeks, and there were things that I wasn't doing in between my services that would help me not have to spend so much money every time I went to get my hair done. So that's information that you want to provide to your customer. How often they should get their hair trimmed, how often they should get their hair dyed, how often they should get a scalp treatment, like things of that nature that the average person doesn't know. I still don't know, and my hairdresser's told me many times. So this is information where you could create tutorials for your customers, and it helps them educate them, and it helps them learn something and want to respond. And obviously every piece of content I say to have a call to action, whether it's to like, follow, share, comment. I don't know if I said that already. But yeah, you want to give them a call to action. Maybe it's to sign up for your email list. Maybe it's to go to your website and share something from your website. I mean, there's a long list of all the things that you could suggest to someone, but ultimately you want to give them some sort of call to action. So that's how I come up with a strategy for an individual or a brand. The next question is, what are some key differences between managing social media for a small business versus a large company? The difference would be a large company usually has a lot more money to invest into social media strategies, into campaigns, to buying ads. Their advertising budget can be a lot more generous, where a small business, a lot of times what you do for marketing can make or break their ability to stay in business. So it's really difficult to compare the two. Now, I prefer working with small businesses because I myself am a small business, and I understand how extremely important it is to have a good social media strategy, as that's pretty much your free marketing. But also understanding that you don't want to just use social media for just marketing. You want to give it a life, a personality. And so that's where a lot of businesses fail with social media, is that they just use it to post. Like, for instance, one of the people that I'm working with now is a party promoter. They're a DJ, party promoter. They're in that business, and all they do is post flyers. Their entire social media feed, with the occasional little, you know, video at the club or things of that nature, all of it is flyers. And we just went through a strategy where I gave them 50 pieces of content ideas that help their customers relate to why they should follow them and engage with them on social media. And for me, it's like not rocket science, but for someone who's not really in the social media world or doesn't really care for the social media world, or maybe you just don't have time. And that's often the case. It's a matter of just not wanting to be there. And not only that, but like right now, social media is very toxic. So it's hard to just go on, make your post, because you want to be able to engage with your followers. You want to be able to engage with the comments and all of those things, which means that you're active on social media, and that can be exposing you to stuff that you don't necessarily want to see. Hi, I see someone just came in. Let's see. Am I missing the chat? Did I miss something? If you could just type something in the comments so I can see, I would really love that. But ultimately, I feel like it's just a matter of stepping outside of the things that you feel like limit you and expanding your reach. I don't know if that answered the question. I do not see the comments at all. Start a poll. We have a lot more questions, but I need to get ready for BoobTube. I just realized what time it was. So I want to say thank you to everyone who came through to my live. I would really appreciate if you put your comments. If you have a question that you want answered on the next Q&A, which will be either tomorrow or Friday, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.